aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason. You don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they told you we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you, what is happening now? Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Obomosho, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onisha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive as a people. Fulani will take you over. As simple as that. This very day, we are making it known to the whole world that the Muslim extremist dictatorship masquerading as a secular democratic government must be demolished. It must be demolished for you to survive. They have to be demolished. If you do not demolish them, your lives will end very, very miserably. I assure you. I assure you. The zoo is on its knees. Everybody knows that the zoo called Nigeria is on its knees. Who doesn't know that? Everybody knows. Nothing is functioning. You are all aware of it. When they say go and register for NIM or whatever rubbish is called, all of you trooped out without legislation, without any laws. Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that First Oranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know They understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulani have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you in 2014, 2015, 2016. They said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting this, the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiala is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It don't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, to take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This governor from those state. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living in of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning. Please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see peak milk. Peak. Some of us were raised on peak milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is peak milk? Peak milk is minerally the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at home? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me that grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you're in very serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kano? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them.
A particular ethnic group wants to take over the country and make some of us slaves. I can never be a slave to anyone. It is better I die and not be alive. I cannot be a slave to any Fulani man. Fulani should live their life. The Tea people should live their life. The Yoruba people should live their life. Hausa people should live their life. Every other person should live their life. But not making me your slave. For some of us, we have chosen to say the truth. Even if we are going to die, let us die. And let tomorrow appreciate what we said. And so, as far as I'm concerned, the federal government is complicit. The day they want this insurgency to finish, it will be done. Actively, they are working with Turkey, they are working with Saudi Arabia, they are working with everything to Islamize. But the real agenda is to take over Nigeria. And all these insurgents that you see happening is from Mauritania, is from Senegal, is from Cameroon, is from all over the place, trying to ensure that the indigenous people of this country do not have a say, but the Fulanis have a say. We are not against Fulani people. In government here in Benue State, I have Fulani people who are in my government. I have no issue about Fulanis, indigenous people. Everybody in this country, Nigeria, comes from somewhere. And so this is the main problem that we're having in this country. If this government will appreciate and stop deceit against the people, we shall all work as a team. Nigerians, wherever we come, let us cohabit and live together. But where a particular ethnic group wants to take over the country and make some of us slaves, I can never be a slave to anyone. It is better I die and not be alive. I cannot be a slave to any Fulani man. Fulani should live their life. The Tea people should live their life. The Yoruba people should live their life. Hausa people should live their life. Every other person should live their life. But not making me your slave. I want to say that the day that the federal government wants insurgency to stop in Nigeria and in Benue State, it will be done. Unfortunately, I have consistently accused the federal government for being complacent. And I have proof to show to the entire world that federal government is complicit. Tell me, even me as governor of Benue State, attempted assassination was done on me for more than 1 year. Up to today, no culprits have been brought to book. And as I talk to you, even those that I was told as governor of Benue State that they were arrested, they have been freed. These are Fulani herdsmen or militia who were arrested, and they have been freed. The person they are prosecuting is my cousin and a Jukum fisherman who had no link with what happened to me when I was attacked more than 1 year ago. So this is the challenge that we have. The day that the federal government wants this insurgency and killings and invasion and taking over of our land by these Fulani herdsmen, any day that the federal government wants it will stop. But for now, I accuse them to be complicit because severally I have provided a solution and say that the way to go, can we have a security summit where Samuel Otom will be there to talk about the facts that are available in my own state, and then we can listen to other states who will tell us what has been going on in their state, and then we'll try to provide a solution if the federal government wants that. So today I want to say that the federal government is complicit, and until they are ready to work with us, but because it is a planned agenda over 200 years ago that they are planned to take over Nigeria as their country, and it will continue to be.
Now, you can never understand where this man is talking from. The Fulanis during Buhari's regime, imagine they sent Otom a document. The document is still with Otom up to today. They sent him a document showing their strategy on how to capture Nigeria, showing him that you are just wasting your time trying to challenge us. We are going to take over Nigeria. Thank God Otom is still alive till today. You know, when I'm saying something, I like to say something with evidence. Otom still have the evidence. I mean, how would I put it now? The program, how they stipulated it on how to capture Nigeria, Otom still have it till today. And he's still alive. So, I want people to understand what is going on. You see, peace deal. I want you to watch this video now ahead of this clip. Peace deal is an art of war. I have explained all these things to you that it is a principle of war. So when you see them having peace deal, why didn't they collect anti-aircraft gun AK-47 from them? No, they didn't. They came with it. DSS was there, the military was there, police was there, local government chairman was there. Then they still allowed the terrorists to go. This was just yesterday. This was yesterday. Nigeria is at war. This is a war to conquer Nigeria. This is a very big war. A very big war. So, take a look.
The meeting with the leaders of the repentant armed bandits was held at Mallamawa Dambedi. The peace agreement meeting was attended by 3 leaders of the armed bandits to include Ore, Audulankai, and Kantoma. There were also representatives of the Jibia People's Forum, Jibia Traders Union, religious and community leaders, as well as security operatives among other stakeholders. The meeting reviewed the peace deal reached between the communities and armed bandit leaders with a view to ensure lasting peace and stability in the area. Addressing the armed bandit leaders and their followers, the Jibia Local Council Chairman Alhaji Siraja Ado recalled that the peace agreement was reached about a year ago as part of the state government commitment to ensure sustainable peace and development in the state. Alhaji Siraja Ado explained that the meeting was convened to review the achievements and challenges of the peace deal with a view to ensure lasting peace and stability in the area. According to him, the local government is much committed to fulfill all the promises and conditions tabled by the repentant armed bandits to achieve the desired objectives. Alhaji Siraja Ado maintained that the local council on its part fulfilled most of the requests forwarded by the armed bandits leaders, such as the renovation of some health facilities, provision of a 5-number motorcycles, as well as the release of some of their members, among other requests. The chairman appreciated the support and cooperation given by the state governor Malam Duko Umarata and other stakeholders toward the success of the peace agreement and appealed for its sustenance. One of the members of the delegation, Malam Ibrahim Sabi Ojibia, who highlighted the relevance of the peace deal and its position in Islam, enjoined all the parties to respect the agreement for lasting peace and sustainable development. Malam Ibrahim Sabi Ojibia informed the leaders of the armed bandits on some of the challenges being encountered and called on them to take appropriate measures to maintain the existing peace. Responding to the leaders of the repentant armed bandits, Audi Lankai and Kantoma expressed appreciation over the relative peace so far recorded between the Jibia communities and their members. They also called for the local council to redouble effort in fulfilling some of the promises made during the peace agreement and have stated their commitment to adhere to the conditions reached between both parties. Shamsuddin Habib, reporting for KT.